Coach, of course, a non-conference, but a big series sweep. How do you feel that does for your team before you re-enter conference play?
Well, anytime you can beat somebody 3 times in a row, that's outstanding for your ball club. We needed that. We needed to gain momentum. So that's 4 games in a row that we've won now. So we were 4-0 this week. So that's very important. To us as far as building momentum and getting ourselves going in the right direction. I feel like guys are starting to swing the bat again. We're starting to get it clicking. We're probably not where we were before, but it's getting really close to getting back to that point. Right now, you can see the guys are starting to make a lot of progress at the plate. Some guys who have been struggling, so to speak, are starting to get it going again.
How about Seth in general, that 3-run blast to essentially blow the game back open for your team and put you up for good? It was pretty much a moonshot almost.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he really hit that ball hard. He hit it a long way. The wind's blowing, straight in about 20 miles an hour, and he hit it through that wind. So that just tells you how hard he hit that, that baseball. It was. I was glad to see them throw that pitch to him because, in reality, they were trying to pitch around him to get to Mobley. They made a mistake, and Seth cashed in on it.
Talk about Kevon Perkins, lots of big RBIs and the big diving catch in the 7th inning, a stranded 2 runs.
Yes, I mean Kevon, knocks in 4 runs. First he hits a 2-run double, or he hits a double, knocks in 3 runs right there. Picks up another RBI for us late in the game, and then makes a diving catch in the outfield, which you're exactly right. If he doesn't catch that ball, 2 runs are in, and the guy's probably standing on third base. So that was huge, to get out of the inning at that point with him making that catch.
Coach, what's the next step for the pitching staff? Of course, not the best of days that you could ask for, but still, of course, good enough to pick up the victory.
Well, I think some of the positives, out of it were, Gunnar Deal comes in, he goes 4 innings. We're starting to build him up more to where he can go, 4, 5, maybe 6 innings. He doesn't have to be just a 1-inning type of guy. And once he settled in, he really threw the ball really well. And once he got the first inning out of the way, he kind of relaxed a little bit, and he kind of got his legs under him and started realizing his tempo and so forth. Yeah. And really didn't get, knocked around from that point, beyond, right there. But as far as the pitching, I think the pitching staff is starting to develop, really. I might not have seen like it today. Like Cole Lovin, has been throwing the ball very well for us. And, today he just didn't locate the baseball. For whatever reason, he just didn't get the ball where he needed to get the ball. And, they're a good team over there. I mean, Winston-Salem State's a good team. They're well coached. And they've got some physical kids in their lineup. And if you throw the ball in the middle third of the plate, they're going after it really hard. And that's what was happening to Cole. Cole was missing, his location, and he was in the middle of the plate, and they were making him pay for it. And that's why he gave up 6 hits, and he had a high pitch count. That's why once he got through the 3rd inning, I was like, hey, your day's done. And for Cole, that was 6 innings this week. Yeah. He threw 6. He started and threw 3 against Wingate, and he threw another 3 today. So that's a good week's worth of work for a young man. But he just didn't have it today. But he didn't get crushed. He came out, and it was only we were losing 3-2, something like that when he came out of the game. So he didn't do terrible, with it, but not up to his standards of what he would like to see. And then I thought Henry came in and did a pretty good job. I thought he was a little tired, towards the end, but he did a great job as far as managing, damage control, where we could have had, a really big inning, and we didn't get that. He worked himself out of a jam right there. And then the same thing with Gunnar. He worked himself out of a jam, and then he settled in.
Coach, what did you see out of your catchers these past few games in terms of managing these pitchers through the adversity?
Oh, I think Trevor and Alex have done a really good job, back there, moving around and trying to give them a good spot to throw the baseball. I mean, we're calling the pitches from the dugout, but it's giving them, they're doing all the work as far as, hey, we need this ball, 3 inches off the plate. As much as it sounds like, hey, that's not a strike, at our level, sometimes 3 inches off the plate is a strike. Nobody's a professional out here, umpires included. So sometimes we try to throw a ball to get a guy out because the guy is in swing mode. He's got some anxiety, and we let his aggressiveness get himself out. So they're doing a great job, and they're keeping the balls in front of them. But I couldn't be happier with those 2 guys. They're doing great.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time. Congrats on the sweep.
Thank you.